how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me for my cross stitch weekly update. You know what's so funny is, and you hear probably other floss tubers say this, but the intro is always difficult. It's like you feel like you sound like a dork. I don't know what it is, but maybe because I am a dork, I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about my cross stitching today, and I have a little friend, Raggedy Old Annie here. She is joining me as a co-host, and she doesn't say very much, so she's a perfect co-host. Anyways, all right, enough of the silliness, but you know, that's pretty much me. I'm just silly. So, really excited to kind of show you a bunch of stuff today. And so let's get right into it, shall we? I wanted to do a little bit of previous finishes. And, you know, this time last year, we were at the beginning of our lockdown, and none of us, I could have ever imagined the year we had ahead of us, right? We all kind of felt like it was going to be, you know, a few week, maybe month or so thing, and it just really caught us by surprise. Well, back last year, about this time of year, all the designers were putting out the free Be Well and Stitch cross stitch patterns. And so I had decided back then I was going to stitch one pattern for every week we were in kind of like lockdown, you know, stay home orders. And I didn't do one for every week, but I did do quite a few of the free patterns, and I have more in my files that I have collected that maybe someday I'll stitch anyway, but I thought it'd be fun to show you what I stitched this time last year. And so I have my cross stitch journal that I use, and I went back to see when I kind of started stitching those. I was a little bit into the lockdown, beginning of the lockdown, but let's see here. So the first one I want to show you was that I stitched back end of March was Be Well Mini Bouquet by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And I did a little pillow finish on it. I took some ribbon and just kind of folded it back and forth and did like a little skirt here on the bottom. And I just put a little 2020 on the heart that closed the hole, filled it with walnut shells, and that was my finish by Jeanette Douglas. This is stitched on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco, and I used my own colors on it. So that was my first finish. Then I stitched Home Stitch Home, and this was by Tiny Modernist. Home Stitch Home pillow. It's got a little scissors and a spool on top, and I used some fabric on the sides. Made a homemade ruffle by ripping the fabric, and then my little back of the pillow looks like so. Again, I filled it with the walnut shells. And that's my freebie finish. And this was, I stitched this in April using my own called for colors on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco. These were my beginning stitches, all my beginning stitches back then. Then I stitched Choose Happy by Hands On Design. Choose Happy, Be Well. And I thought that was really cute. There's Be Well in the grass, little flowers. I just did a little bow and stitched that on. And again, just finished it with a little heart in the back. And I stitched this on light blue, 28 count. I don't know the brand or anything like that. And fill that with the coffee or the crushed walnut shells. And then I stitched Quarantine Valentine by Lindy Stitches. And hers was My Real Face Misses Your Real Face. And that just really struck home for all of us, I think, right? I wish I would have put more walnut shells in here, but it's kind of new to doing this, so. And I added some wired ribbon on the edges. Put some pink polka dot fabric on the back with a little heart to close it. And I stitched this on Ada Carolina linen by DMC. I used my own colors, called for. These I used the Sulky 12 weight colors actually at the spools. And then I stitched Wash Your Hands by Needle Made Designs. This is 14 count DMC Carolina linen again. I used the Sulky 12 weight blendable, and so it was variegated threads, and I put a little pom-pom trim on the edges there. And I used just the leftover linen on the back. And then last one I'm going to show you for previous finish today is Let's Stay Home by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I got a little pink heart in there. Just a little bit of a pink ruffle around the edge and polka dot on the back. And this was stitched on 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada. And again, I just used my own threads, 12 weight, Sulky. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about my planner. I had this for 2020, and I didn't finish all the pages in it. And so then I started in 2021. I started my next book. I was going to try to find it here. Okay. And I couldn't decide at the time if I wanted to just start 2021 with this on the last, because I had, let's see, 43 projects. So, you know, I had 7 more pages in here that I could have used. But then I thought, no, I should keep 2020 separate from 2021. But then I carried projects over from 2020 into 2021 that I'm still working on. So I still have to keep this book out because I'm still logging my time, my stitching time, and when I finish it. Plus, I've been taking pictures and putting it in there with my little Polaroid camera. And so I've come to the realization that I should have just finished using all those pages in here instead of starting a new book, and just make 2020 to 2021, whatever, however many years are in a book. So going forward, I'm not going to leave pages unused. I'm just going to keep it going. And then my goal is to try to finish all the 2020 projects that are in this book in this year and not carry them over to 2022. That's hard. That's weird to say. Try it. 2022. I do not want to carry 2020 projects over into next year. So my goal is to really work hard on the few projects that are left that I started in this year. That probably is super confusing. It doesn't make any sense, but that is how my brain is working these days. All right. Moving on to current widths. Because of that goal, I stitched a little bit on my early Christmas morning, so the project I started in 2020. And I finished the top, and I just had this band around the drum I need to finish stitching. So I stitched just like maybe an hour on it. I didn't get very much stitching time in on it. But I'm working, so let me first show you the top part that's finished. And I already dated it 2021, so I need to get it done this year. Because I've already dated it. So that's the top. And then on the band that goes around, I have a lot of the the top and bottom border done. But then I started on the M and the little snowflake and the light's kind of blowing out my cross stitch. The coloring, it doesn't look as pretty. But I'm videoing later today, so my lighting is not the same as it normally is. But hopefully the colors are showing pretty good. So I worked on that, and I want to get that finished and fully finished before Christmas. Next, I worked on Sarah Burgess, 1828. This is my summer school project from last year, and I'm finally starting it just in time for the release. This has now been released to purchase. So if you would like to stitch this, you can pick it up now. We have these for sale at the attic already. This is the linen provided by the kit we got at summer school, which is called for 30 count Weeks Dye Works tin roof. And the instructions suggested stitching with one thread, but I automatically on default stitched with two because it was 30 count, and I actually like it a little fuller coverage on this count. But I got my top border all the way down, back across, and I got a lot of the greenery done. I really love this. It's really fun. This border is really fun, but you have to watch your counting, because sometimes it'll be 7, sometimes it'll be 5, and it just changes. And then like I wasn't paying attention, and the pattern, you don't put that part on because there's like a flower or something that comes up close. But then when I restarted stitching on it, I went and filled that in because I'm like, oh, I forgot that. And then really, it's not supposed to have it. So you got to really watch the pattern and make sure that you follow it, because it does change. Anyway, so that's really coming along. I mean, like, who am I? This is like my first sampler. So fun. Anyway, it's a journey. I told you, if you came along with my channel, it would be a journey. You know, new cross stitching. Just started with little ornaments, and look how far I've come. I'm really excited. Okay, I also worked on my crinkles this week, and that's by Little House Needleworks. And I've been working on that roof, that monstrous roof. And I got the roof finished. I finished that crazy roof. So happy about that. Ta-da! Got the roof all done. And I'm thrilled. So now as I work on it, I'm going to probably come down and do enough of the brick into the first room, and then work my way over. I don't want to just do all the brick first, or that sort of thing. See how there's like that red brick? I want to do the red brick down into that room. I want to start doing some fun stuff. But, hoop, there it is. Hoop, there it is. Anyway, I told you I was being silly today. Okay, so that was my Kringles. And if I could get a picture from Yolanda in time, I'll insert a picture of her Kringles here as well. I haven't showed an update on her progress for a while, so I'm going to try to get in touch with her before I publish to get her picture to show you guys her progress. Okay, now I want to show you my next whip, which is Lindy Stitches. There's no place like home except Grandma's. This is called Except Grandma's. And I'm stitching a 32 count Belfast Antique White. with all the called for colors. And I was able to work on the word grandma. There's no place like home. And then grandma. I'm kind of skipped. I skipped all the extra stuff that's here and accept and all that. I started right with the grandma part. Just kind of jump around a little bit. That is just a lot of fun, and I'm really excited. Getting closer to finishing that one. Okay, now I want to talk to you about my Coming to America. So this coming Wednesday is our stitching support Zoom, and we invite friends like you to come and stitch with us. And you don't have to be working on Coming to America, although Julie, who runs the Zoom meeting, she and I are both stitching on the Coming to America piece. And if you would like to join us for a little bit of chit chat and cross stitch, then please join us this coming Wednesday, April 28th, 6 o'clock Arizona time. And you're going to email Julie at jmafi@aol.com. I'll put her email on the screen here, and send her an email, let her know you want to join us, and we will be stitching then. And I decided that I'm going to modify my pattern, and I'm going to do a pillow. So just to remind you where I was at, I have, I'm at sort of the pig up here. I'm going to do, let me show you. I'm going to do this section here under the word Cape Cod with the animals and the ladies and their needlework. That's the section I want to do. And then I'm going to include the blue and the date on there. And I think I'm going to do 1620. Then I'm going to do some of the leaves in the middle. And then I'm going to put the 2020 over on the other side. That's kind of like my plan. But of course, it's going to, probably evolve and change as I go. But that's what I'm going to be doing on my Coming to America. And a couple of fun new things. We have reached 2,000 subscribers. I am over the moon, excited. I can't even believe it. And I'm so grateful and thankful and blessed to have all of you following my channel, and your wonderful comments and your kindness is just so much fun. And I am so happy, and thank you. So we're going to have 2 giveaways today in honor of the 2,000 subscribers. The first giveaway, thanks to a viewer who wants to remain anonymous, is Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And this is our first giveaway today. And if you would like to be entered in a chance to win this giveaway, I want you to use the word rose in your comment. Oh, I gotta pause it. I got my brother-in-law here. So my brother-in-law and sister just came by. They had to pick up their plate of food from my daughter and her husband. They did a plate sale this weekend, and so they ordered their plates. They came to get them, and I had to pause the video, run outside. So now I'm like, oh, hot. Anyway, it's only 91 degrees outside. But anyway, I don't remember what I was telling you, so we'll just start again. This is one of our giveaways for reaching 2,000 subscribers with Thy Needle and Thread with Winter Rose Manor. And in order to win this, I want you to say the word rose in your comment. You have to be a subscriber and to win, and please like the video and be over 18 years old. Don't say win, giveaway, contest, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then we're going to have a second giveaway. And the second giveaway is going to be the new issue of Cross Stitch, Just Cross Stitch magazine. And this is the June 2021 issue. Just came in the mail. So this will be my gift to someone. If you would like to be entered for a chance to win this magazine, then I would like for you to say garden. So if you want to use it in a sentence, you can. You don't have to, but that will be the word I'll use, is garden. And I wanted to show you a couple of things in here. They have the cute little heirloom tomato and lettuce. They have like a little nautical cross stitch in there. They have Dad's Diner, and they could also, or you could change it to Mom's Diner. That's kind of fun. They have Mom's Collection. All stitchers are collectors. And you can really change these colors up to be, you know, more appropriate for your color palette that you like. They have a really terrific dad and a so special mom gnomes in it. And they have the little gnome. There's the mom. And then we have for dad, they have him with a little gnome fishing. And what else they got in here? They have Sweet Sentiments. And Wildflower Row is a biggie. So this will be our second giveaway. Say the word garden. Same conditions apply. Please be a subscriber and like the video and be over 18 years old. Okay, well, I think that wraps up my giveaways. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about a sale I'm going to help with. Myself and Kim with the Contented Stitcher, and Carol and she's Rosebud Stitcher on Flosstube, and we are going to do a Mother's Day start. And our Mother's Day start is going to be Mary Hunter by GGR. Hey, I'm getting into the samplers now. Watch out. Watch out. This is so flossy. Oh, my beautifulness. Look at this. Oh, I got this as a gift from a stitchy friend who wanted to remain anonymous. She sent me a bunch of charts. Winter Rose Manor was one of them. And this chart was in there. And it's funny because I was just literally like 3 days before that talking to Kim about stitching this along the same time as them. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I opened the mail and that pattern was in there. So thank you so much. The pattern calls for Weeks Cocoa for the called for fabric. So I want to show you what that looks like. First of all, look at these colors. Oh my goodness. These are so flossy. I mean, are you serious? Look at these. I'm missing one floss so far. So the call for is Weeks Cocoa, and this is what they would look like on Weeks Cocoa, which is beautiful, right? But as what always happens, this fabric looks nothing like the picture on the charts fabric. It is amazing and beautiful, but I like this look better. It's more of a gray brown. So this is what I want to talk a little bit about, and especially working down at the attic. People call and they'll want something kitted up, and if you're not aware, and most of you, I mean, you all know, this is for the newbies, okay? The called for linen usually doesn't even look like the picture. usually the pictures of the antique and colors don't always photograph the same with lighting. And working at the attic, I've seen a lot of antiques, and then I look at the picture of the on the chart, and it's nothing, doesn't look anything like the antique. And so the designers will take and they will usually try to match up the linen with the antique, but then the photograph looks different. So just beware of that if you're, new and you're not familiar with linen names and colors, that you might be sent something that's called for and you might get it, and it, like for example, this cocoa doesn't look anything like it. Now, another problem that could happen is dye lot changes over the years, over time. Sometimes we get in some linen from 1 month, and then the next month we get the same linen in, and it's different. So linens take dye differently. So this mocha might have looked closer to this, on the piece the designer used. We don't know. So dye lots change. There's so many variables. But since this isn't really a very good representative of this chart, which is what I fell in love with, looking at this picture, the colors in it, the grayish, brownish colors. So I'm going to switch my linen to Lakeside 40 count vintage cedar plank. And I think this is a much better representation of the photo. Now, check out, and the light is causing problems, but check out this linen with these colors. Ooh, so flossy. I love it. Look at this. It's so beautiful. So flossy. Oh yeah. That blue and the reds. Okay, so for fun, tell me which one you like better. You don't have to like what I like. We all have different tastes, but do you like the Lakeside? Or do you like the week's cocoa, the called for? It's not going to hurt my feelings. You tell me which one you prefer. But I'm telling you right now, I'm using this one. Okay, so join us for the Sal. You have time. Mother's Day is when we're going to start, but there's no rules. You can, if you don't start right on Mother's Day, it's okay. And you can use whatever floss and linen you want. Mary Hunter Sal. So it's going to be hashtag Mary Hunter SAL is our hashtag. And on Mother's Day. All right, so join us. It'll be so much fun. I think I've convinced Carolyn with Stash Sisters to join too. We'll see. I have to check in with her again. All right. I think that's everything. Oh, I didn't talk to you about my hair. I cut off 7 inches, if you didn't notice. My hair is so curly. This is all natural curl. And if you haven't noticed, I like the wild woman look. I like the big wild woman look. So, big hair, don't care. And now it's short hair, don't care. I took off about 7 inches, and I think it'll be fun. I just kind of needed a change. I woke up the day of my hair appointment, and I'm like, I think I'm going to cut my hair shorter. And just out of nowhere, I didn't tell my husband or anything like that. And I sent him a picture, and he goes, of the hair all cut off. And I put it on Instagram. You guys have probably already seen it. But he was like, what the beep? He said the S word. What the beep? I was like, he's like, do you have any hair left? But he thinks it's cute. He doesn't mind that it's shorter. But I just shocked him, I think, because I didn't give him any warning. So that's the other new thing, is this fun little cute cut. And I hope you guys like it. Let me know. Again, it won't hurt my feelings. Weigh in if you think I could grow it back out long or keep it short. My hair grows really fast anyway, so it won't be long, and I'll have to be deciding which one I'm going to do. But thank you again so much for joining me and for being a subscriber. It means so much to me, and we're just going to keep going, having fun stitching together. And until next time, big hugs and stay flossy, my friends. Bye-bye.